All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everyone. MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm 2.0 on the PTR. We are once again playing as Cassia today. We are going to be going for a blind build this time. So, True Sight level 1. Damage blinded heroes 80 times with abilities or basic attacks. That's important because you can stack up Fend on blinded targets really fast. And then increases the blinding light's duration by 1 second. This is once again in a custom game spin. Once again in a custom game with viewers just like you. Thank you for answering the Twitter call and coming out to help. Very much appreciated. Again, I know I could just queue for this. I know there's a lot of people on the PTR right now. But also it feels good to involve the people that help support this channel and watch my videos and enjoy my content. So once again, thank you to everyone who decided to come out. So this build, we found out on Heroes Unite yesterday on the Squadron channel. Once again, if you want to watch my streams over there, you're more than welcome to. Link's always in the video description. But I was playing with Moon, and we found out that blinds from any character also benefit Cassia, which is pretty insane, actually. So that means that as a Cassia player, if you have a Johanna on your team, like the enemy team does, or if you have a Bliiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiiii get from blinding light procs, all of this healing we're gonna get at level 4, then that is just incorporated all the time when anyone on the team blinds, not just when Cassia herself blinds. Which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Allows for some really cool team comps and allows the team to actually be built around her when I don't really think teams need to be built around. Oh, that's done though. Oh, good heal. Thank you. Thank you. Woo. Let's get out of there. And Nova, you gotta kill Striver, right, Nova? You gotta. So, really enlightening stream yesterday. Really enjoyed that, and kind of changed how I think about the character even more. Again, I think she's super solid with her auto attack build, regardless of what her team comp is, and honestly, regardless of what the enemy team comp is. I really do think Cassia is going to become a staple in the meta. Kind of like Vala, just because she's well-rounded, does pretty well against just about anything. I think she's going to be pretty strong because of that. Getting level 4 really quick. But when you incorporate these other levels of other hero picks actively making her survivability better without having to draft more supports or anything like that, then all of a sudden you have the makings for a pretty exciting addition to the game. I think, anyway. Murky putting his egg up top is going to help solidify this point as long as he can stay safe. Now, we do want to go in on their Cassia and land some of those attacks, so we just got about, I would say, about 8 attacks there, I think. Down at the bottom left of the screen where my health bar is, you can kind of see that number. Well, hopefully, not kind of. Hopefully, you could just see that number. Now, the cool thing about her her heal at level 4 on blinded targets is it does not have to be on heroes, which is one of the reasons I think she's so good. So we could just jump in like that, deal as much damage as possible to everything around us, and then walk away when shit starts to get a little too scary. And remember, while we're moving, we do have that 65% armor increase, or 65 armor increase, which is 65% auto attack damage reduction. Crazy. So it allows us to get away from situations really easily. Now, at level 7, instead of going for movement speed, this time we're going to go for Surge of Light. Now, we didn't pick this up last time. I was messing around with it yesterday, and it does some pretty good stuff. It does some really good stuff. So essentially, it's just a bomb that goes off around you, and you can kind of make that happen whenever you want. Because you're going to be absorbing damage all the time. It doesn't stipulate that it has to be basic attack damage, kind of like the Plate of the Whale. So that means that while you're just walking around, while you're just playing the game, you're going to be soaking up damage. And then you're going to be able to just kind of explode and deal damage to everything around you. And it's a pretty significant amount of damage. I mean, 300 at level 7 is not bad. Not bad at all. That's an extra 2 auto attacks that you can instantly do to a target. Well, the enemy team seems to be rotating quite well. We're just going to kind of hang back here. We are going to get some pretty good cooldown reduction for our blind as well. So I think we're going to have some pretty good uptime here versus Illidan. Feeling pretty good about it, team. And our E still is pretty decent wave clear. even without specking any talents into it, so that's going well. Also, I'm just assuming a lot of you have seen all of my Cassia content already. That's why I didn't really go over the abilities. But our Q is a spear, you throw it. Our W is a blind, and our E is kind of jumps in and does the Pantheon stab and everything. So Surge of Light, here we go. All we have to do is soak up damage, and then our trait will become activatable. Oh, he tried to bait me into a snipe, that motherfucker. That motherfucker. That's not okay. Hey, I blinded Illidan. It makes perfect sense. That's the real Nova, still walking around, huh? I really like to do ETC on the PTR. He has given out that armor instead of attack speed. It makes a lot more sense. Allows him to stack up that block party like even more, which is pretty intimidating. And he still gives movement speed as far as I'm aware. So made one of the best tanks in the game even tankier. And he just happens to be my favorite tank in the game right now. So pretty happy about that. Although I could understand why some people are not. We do have Nova here. Missed that blind again. Now, we haven't exactly taken enough damage for our trait. Now we have. That one snipe, that was enough damage just because we were moving. So now, when this fight does break out, and you know it's going to, we're going to be able to jump in and deal AoE damage to everyone around us. So like right now. Look at that. And it's critical damage because he was blinded. Oh, I didn't even make that connection either. Oh, that's good. That's good shit. That's good shit, team. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start on this objective. Unfortunately, we did lose our ETC, but as long as we clump this up, I should be able to heal pretty much back up to full. Okay, we just need to pop this again. Oh no, I got myself stunned, team. I got myself stunned. I have to go in. Yeah, that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. How we doing? We still have numbers, right? They're not level 10. We don't have to worry about a hunt coming in or anything like that. And, oh god, speaking of the hunt. Speak of the hunt, and he shall appear. I don't know if I want to engage on that too hard. Blinds out, we can heal off Johanna. Looks like Lily's keeping us alive pretty well as well. I mean, we're not too worried. We're not too worried. Still cooldown on blind. I'm just gonna keep poking with my auto attacks as long as I can. Fen is up. Here we go. Oh, missed most of it, but Illidan should go down here. And then we'll start throwing javelins in here. Maybe we're in close enough range for our... Oh, activatable! And here we go, healing off of the enemy team's Cassia. We're gonna make it, team. We're gonna make it. Woo, boy. Oh, boy. All right, now, with this particular setup... Whew, that was scary. Do we want Ball Lightning? I kind of think we do because Illidan's always going to be jumping in on us. Oh, nice. I'll just go ahead and cast that now then, and activate that. Activate that trait, boys. That's a lot of damage. Moonfair said it was the best talent in the tier. I definitely think it's the best stand. Oh, look at my banner. Look at my banner. I think it's the best standalone talent. But I do think there's some better synergies with the movement speed going along with Ball Lightning, especially as you get into the late game. I do think there's something to be said about that. But as far as impactful talents for the early game, I mean, you can kind of snowball with it, as you guys have seen. Lily's not going to be joining us here. She just said she's going to go to the middle lane. We have 20 seconds on Ball Lightning. The enemy team just got their heroic abilities, though, so I'm going to go ahead and ping back here. They are level 10. They're on the same talent tier. And really, our advantage is kind of leaving rapidly. I mean, that guy's not going to last too much longer. They want to go in the can, though. You know, they're grown. They can make their own decisions. Or they're not grown. I actually don't know anything about these people. They all could be children. Oh, this is pretty risky. This is a pretty high-risk scenario we got going on here. I'm going to go ahead and cast that Ball Lightning now and try to just encourage Johanna to leave. And we can throw some spears at her as she's leaving as well. So, again, that Ball Lightning, how it works, is going to bounce 6 times. And that can bounce between enemies 6 times, or it could just bounce between me and an enemy, and we can keep it in play. I believe when we were streaming yesterday, I also saw it bouncing in between allies as well, which was pretty cool. Which means that if you have... Oh, no, I got too greedy. If you have the buddy system going on... My bad, team, my bad. I got real greedy. The greed, though. If you have a buddy system going on, you can keep that bouncing forever. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I believe that's that is what happened. but it may not be. So don't get too mad at me if it's not. Murky is taking camps down in the bottom of the map. That's going to be pushing in, causing a distraction for the enemy team. They've been so focused on top lately that he's actually been able to do a lot of really efficient pushing just with mercenary camps alone. We are alive again, and we're going to be making our way to the middle lane. Poor little Murky, clapped down at the prime of his life. That's not real. Was that real? Oh my god, that was real. I can't tell. This Nova player, it's like next level. I can't tell which one the real one is at any point in the game. All right. I think we're going in with Ball Lightning team. Oh yeah, we're going in with Ball Lightning team. I'm gonna go ahead and engage on this Aria as hard as I can. Activate that trait, kill off that Illidonger, and kill off that Johanna at the same time. Beautiful. That is actually a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's real good. All right, now we are going to go for that cooldown reduction. Basic attacks reduce blinding lights cooldown. So if we are able to hit multiple enemies with our blind, we could just auto attack into them and reduce that cooldown. Going to allow us to have a better uptime if we can hit it on Illidan and then trade into him. And wouldn't you know, our trait ready to go again. It is going to... it doesn't say anymore. It doesn't say how much damage. I'm just going to dive in here and just keep auto attacking. I got one auto attack in. I said keep tentatively. You know what I mean? Ball Lightning is up again, and well, it looks like Johanna wants me to use it on her. Oh, this is looking promising. Here we go. The Fen jumping in, dealing that bonus damage. We'll go ahead and activate that trait. That's so much burst. It's so much burst, team. I can't deal with it. It's too much. Oh, there we go. And then just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Blind him, and then start attacking again. Woo! And we can activate that trait one more time. 433 damage is what that is dealing to an area now. That is some crazy burst damage. I like that. That's good. That's good. And then we can just start to heal off of everything. And then my banner went back down. The Tauren Pride. It's really making me miss all my Taurens that I left behind. It's too soon, team. Too soon. Too soon. All right. So the Frost Punisher pushes the bottom lane. Pretty uncontested right now. I'm assuming it's a meta. No, it's a Hunt Illidan. So I kind of don't want to be by myself at any point. We have finished off our quest, so our blind is going to last one more second, which obviously has some pretty good synergy with our cooldown reduction that we have on it, going to allow us to potentially get blinds off indefinitely. Potentially. Jane is not here, so we do need to be aware of that. The Punisher just now jumped over the wall, so he's going to die pretty soon. We might actually get the wall down, though, really quick. I should be using my Q a little bit more, even though it's not the main focus of my build. It still does some pretty good siege damage, just kind of hitting everything in the area there. At this point in the game, I am going to go for Penetrate. This is going to increase the healing we get from hitting blind targets with our Fend, which is pretty strong as well. Was considering using Ball Lightning there on that Ariel. There we go. We got out of that just fine. A lot of Fend damage, but unfortunately it was on a decoy. Ball Lightning is out for the enemy team. The Ring of Frost is out as well, and we'll go ahead and pop that trait right on top of those guys, and then we can gap close out onto the Illidan. Now, why did I get healing there? Why did that Illidan heal me? Great question. It was because Lily blinded him. That is insane to me, that interaction actually works. That's amazing. Your blind saved me. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Such a cool interaction. It really is. I believe that's the first of its kind, where you can actually benefit from blinds that your team is using. I don't think any other character has that kind of interaction. I think that's awesome. All right, we are 3 levels up on the enemy team right now, pushing in. I could probably deal a little bit more damage. We're gonna move back just a little bit here, as that bombardment from orbit was definitely intended for me. The HUD coming out is going to stop me from moving, but a great cleanse is actually going to keep me going a little bit longer. Was considering going back just to trade in. But you know what? Let's Ball Lightning right now. Let's see what happens. It's bouncing around in there. They're clumped up pretty tight. We got an extra probably 2,000 damage in there. Bounced around, spread out evenly. That is the real Nova, and I'm gonna engage real hard. Blind's healing me up. We can activate our trait again, and that's a dead Johanna, boys. Gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving. Throw those javelins. Illidan does get taken down. I don't want to go in too much further, though. I think we good. I think we good. The objective is going to be spawning up top right now. We need to keep in mind that the Illidan can re-engage at a moment's notice as soon as he has vision, so we want to get up there and start whacking away at that before he has a chance to respawn. 20 seconds until he's back. Oh, look at my banner! Oh, I love that. That's so good. Oh, look at that healing. That's good, too. Okay. All right, team. Also, an important thing to note, and I do think this one is going to get changed, the blind auto attack, the blind cooldown reduction doesn't have a hero stipulation in it. So if you're just auto attacking minions that are blinded as well, you're going to be able to get that cooldown back significantly more often, which also means that you could just kind of auto attack minions. You don't even have to go in and fend them down. You could just auto attack them to get a lot of health back, which is pretty strong as well. Is this mosh? 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 You gonna mosh? Are we moshing? Beautiful! Ring of Frost on top of that. Ball Lightning's out right now, boys. The trait is active. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage. We're taking a lot of damage. I did manage to get a blind off before I died, but unfortunately ability damage is not affected by that. And for the first time, looks like the enemy team might be able to move in here and get the objective. Kind of forgot we had a Murky on our team, though, so he could probably still finish this off. We only need 6 more. Back to ally. I tried to get the last 6. I mean, don't die for it, but you know, Murky, you could just kind of go in. Oh no, little Lily, you okay? You're okay. Yeah, maybe not. We'll just defend. Yeah, let's call him back. Let's call him back, team. I'm gonna be up in about 10 seconds. We could make our way in. We have, we're probably gonna lose this building, but you know, it's about time. We still have all of our buildings standing in this game. The enemy team level 17 right now. Gonna get 18 from this objective moving in. And she needs to be careful because, of course, the Hunt could lock her down on top of that Punisher, and that could be really bad if you wanted to go down that route. March of the Murlocs moving in, dealing that damage, and we are gonna just engage as hard as we can on that Cassia. Ooh, maybe not that hard, team. Maybe not that hard. Hunt coming out. Ball Lightning coming out as well. Never mind. I didn't actually cast it. We did lose our Jaina. We are going to have to jump this big boy over the wall again, which I was trying to do there, but he didn't like me. All right, Ball Lightning on this guy, and we'll try to blow him up before he can get out. Unfortunately, Johanna moving in is going to force me out. We have to go to the Sippy Cup, and is this a push that can actually win the game now? We're 3 people down. I have no health. Okay, all right, let's back it up. They're definitely going to get the keep. With an Illidan, they might be able to get the game. They might be able to get the game. How do I play this, team? Oh, that condemn interrupted my... Oh, no. Come on, Murky. Just keep him off the court. Keep him distracted, Murky. You're doing great. You're doing great. 5 seconds until Jane is up, then maybe we could do something here. Unfortunately, I can't engage too hard. I definitely don't want to cast Fend here. I want to keep moving. Okay, we need to stop this Illidan. We have to stop the Illidan. He's the important one. All blinds on him. Oh, he dodged him! No! Oh, well, GG. Good push. Fuck, we were ahead that whole game! We were ahead that whole game! Oh, well. So that is the blind build for Cassia. As you can see, some pretty phenomenal healing coming off of that, and if I was better at it, it's really only my first time playing it, if I'm totally honest. We touched it out in theory crafting. If I was a little bit better at it, we could have potentially controlled that Illidan a little bit more, reduce his impact, especially at the end of the game. I should have been blinding him. I just wasn't thinking. Has some fantastic synergy with Lily, Johanna, Artanis, if he goes for the suppression pulse. Like, really, really solid build that fits into the meta quite well right now. She was designed to kind of counter those backlined auto attack assassins. At least that's the impression I'm getting, and this build just exemplifies that quite well. At level 20, we have 2 options we could have gone for. Maybe for the Titan's Revenge, if we wanted to increase our basic attack range. This would also mitigate the armor that Johanna has passively. would give us a little bit of extra damage. It's not like Johanna was our focus target. GG team. I shouldn't say team, because the enemy team was part of that game too. Or we could have gone for the infinite lightning and just let that bounce around like crazy. More of a complicated build than the last one that we played. Keeping track of the explosion from Surge of Light is a little difficult because it's not very prominent. You don't really get to see that very well. I mean, it lights up, but it's always lit up, you know? It doesn't like glow, it doesn't flash, it doesn't pulse when it's all charged. But I think this one could be really strong too. I don't know if it's better than the auto attack build, but I think it's close. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at the Q build for Cassia. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.